Well, we're back with part two at almost an hour in. Jumping through the teleporter to the desert level. Hopefully our audio is a little bit more balanced. Drop some turrets here, open this little barrel. In this stage there are two of these. These are little buttons. I believe there's two, or maybe there's three. I can't remember. As the engineer, you can activate the double hidden boss by placing your turrets on those buttons. So we'll try to remember this. What do we got? Armor piercing rounds and random. So we'll take some armor piercing rounds. They're good versus bosses. It's 10% damage. You can kind of see a little bit how those missiles will help from the fireworks that we picked up earlier. As we're opening things, we fire off a barrage of missiles. They just home in on nearest enemies. Help clear stuff out. That also counts towards your kills for lunar coins if you're playing the engineer specifically, or infusion. If you need kills, 1 kill per, one maximum health on the infusion, so you need 100 enemies to max out your infusion. We got Stone Titan with his death beam. Run. Okay. Oh, we ran back into it. We got quite a few blocks off our teddy bear pickups. Love those things. That is not 100% chance to block. I believe it's 15% per teddy bear pickup. So if you can pick up like 6 of those, pretty much 100% blocking. But I don't think you can reach 100% block. Otherwise, you'd never take any damage. So you can start to see that the enemies are starting to get thick. Even if we run, they're going to respawn on us fairly quickly. There's a teleporter. Stupid Lemurians. Alright, we got a selector here. We got more fireworks. We got a med kit. And we'll take speed. Speed. See our electric banjo proc going off there, helping us AoE clear. Just on one salvo we killed 5-6 guys. Got a money shrine here. Even though we've got plenty right now, we'll hit it anyways. We blocked the damage that it deals, so you have to offer your health. We blocked again. That was 75% health. I'm going to drop both our turrets here. And that time it hit us, but you can see us healing up quickly because our turret's fungus and the healing drones that we picked up in earlier stages here. So we're just kind of going to trailer park girl it around the outside. And as you get later in these stages, you're going to want to run through boxes. You're not going to want to open it, stand there and look at it. Just run through it as you're picking them up or opening them. We got another feather here that's quite nice for defensive purposes. And drop another turret. Take care of those guys. Still looking for more items. That's the money shrine there. Blood shrine, I guess it's called. You can see we can easily hit this guy because he's not very mobile, and our electric proc. And some of the other items we have? Question mark? Ow. Will help us clear the smaller enemies out. Is that just a barrel? Yeah, it's just a barrel, but we'll get some missiles out of it. Maybe get a kill or two. Moving on. See if we can find that other button, but we're not going to focus on it, even though if you can get it early on the first round through here, each boss drops, one drops a cold man, one drops the fire proc. Early on, those are very nice. They're 8% chance to do like 250% base damage or something like that, which is quite a great deal if you're hitting this stage for the first time, if you can find those buttons. Obviously, multiplayer, it's a hell of a lot easier to find them. More sets of eyes makes everything easier. Alright, another crowbar. Really don't need any more crowbars. Stuff goes below 90% health fairly quickly, no matter what difficulty you're playing on. Chant Shrine. We'll waste all our money, because we've got tons of it. Fire off tons of missiles. Drop the turret, since we're not getting anything. We got one. That's the equipment item called the backup. It summons a boatload of little gun bots. And we got a backup magazine, which gives us another charge on our secondary, which is, for the engineers, landmines, which is not terribly helpful. Always give those to other players that are not playing the engineer. If you're solo, obviously pick it up. You know, if you're playing in a group, everybody else will benefit way more than you. Alright, so we cleared out one lap, and we're going to hit our radar. I'm going to start just popping these off. We got Lunar, we're going to open it. What do we got? That's the crown. I think that's the gold crown. I don't know the Lunar items exceptionally well. Most of them tend to just have a downside, which hurts you more than it helps you. So I tend to avoid those, even though some of them can be quite nice. Get one more charge of our radar off, and then if we don't see anything, any nice clustered group of items, we're just going to move on. We're starting to have enough speed to go from one end of the map to the other. That's a nice cluster of items. What the hell is that? So we're going to pop that equipment just for some missiles. That's the backup magazine that we left. The Lunar item that we left. Equipment, another backup. Backup item that we left on the ground. Did not see the other button, so looks like it's time to head. Oop. No, that's the first button we found. Alright, so we're heading to the teleporter. In my opinion, this is one of the better stages to just kind of sit and chill at if you want to take the game a little slower and not go stage to stage to stage. There are no mortar type enemies, and you can also, if you happen to be playing in a group and you need a little bit of a break, these plateaus above me here, you can get up there by surf jumping, which I will attempt to demonstrate and probably fail miserably at. When you are sprinting and you have enough speed and you end up jumping at just the right time, you can create a lot of upward mobility. Yeah, I can never do it when I want to. Or multiple jump items can also let you cruise up there. These half pipes, that kind of trench that goes around the outer level there, makes it a little bit easier to do that. Often by accident. Alright, so we got Rusted Chest, another Predatory Instincts, which is not all that great for the engineer. We got the Primordial Cube, which is a black hole, sucks everything in. The Instincts gives you a little bit of crit, so it's never wasted unless you have a bunch of crit classes already. But each crit that you get in a short succession, you can see them 2, 5, 2, 1, 0, 5. Each crit that you get in a short, getting blasted there, in a short succession will give you more attack speed. So that's incredibly hard to maintain as the engineer due to the charge up time. And if you have enough attack speed to actually maintain it, you probably don't need the attack speed that it's giving you, but it doesn't hurt. Alright, here is a Lunar coin. Still says we have 11. Not sure how we got 11 to begin with in like beginning stages. And again, I fail at this so hard. Where the hell is the damn teleporter? So it looks like we're doing another lap. There it is. Stone Titan in my face. one's dead. There's the death beam hitting my shield. It's not instant death, but it does tons of damage. And it's very fast. So when fighting these, you want to try and use line of sight as much as you can. And now that they're down, we're going to go rejoin our turrets over here and kind of spread them out just a little bit. They look like they were stacked directly on top of each other, which they can block their own shots, as far as I can tell. So you get one turret trying to shoot an enemy through the other turret and having its shots blocked. So, Old War Stealth Kit turns you invisible, dropping your aggro temporarily. More damage you take, more chance it has of going off. More pickups increase the duration of the stealth, so the invisibility. Eventually you'll see my character go completely white from when I take a big hit somewhere here, or multiple small hits. And that's the stealth kit going off. So we finally getting to the point where this is actually starting to get fun and interesting, and we've got tons of items. But this is 60 plus minutes in. So my earlier bitchings and the previous recording about the pacing of the game, where it just kind of, it's very strange, very slow. These are the Shrines of Order. We'll talk about that in a second. So you got a really slow start, and then you get this madness. I mean, it's starting to get really kind of crazy. We're starting to get so much money that it's going to get hard to spend it quickly. And alright, so we got Crit Glasses for Teddy Bear. We're going to go Teddy Bear for more defense, because you get enough offense. You really do. Focusing on early offense is, you know, your first 5 pickups, offense or speed. Speed is always preferable because it lets you be other places. So it's a form of defense. Alright, this Shrine of Order. I recommend always avoiding hitting these, but if you're kind of getting a little bit bored, what it does is it takes all your items and it randomly restacks the items. So it takes all your white items and changes all your white items. So I have at least 25 white items. And it'll change them in, there I go, in the stealth kit. Changes all your white items into one randomly selected other white item. So it could give you, 30 soldier syringes and you'll have the attack speed of the gods. Or it could change all your white items into a war banner and you have 30 war banners. So you have a gigantic war banner, which, really nerfs you. So if you have 5 or 6 items total, it can be fun. It'll change all your green items into one particular green item, just randomly rolled. Same legendary items. And I believe it also does it for boss items. So I recommend avoiding those things like the plague. But, as I said before, it can be kind of fun if you're getting a little bit bored. But at this point, if I hit that, it's just going to ruin the run. No matter what I get. So if you have 10 items or less, it can be fun. Run, drop a turret, run, turret, run, drop a turret. Look for more items to make us more badass as the enemies just keep scaling and scaling. What we could really use about now is another infusion or two to bring our health up. Another form of healing, be it fungus or medkit, or even personal shield generator, just to bring our effective health up and our sustain up. Sustaining as the engineer is not terribly hard, so focusing on things that give you overall health, in my opinion, is better. So you can take that hit and move on. We got a bunch of wisps up there. We just really don't care about the enemies anymore. We're just trying to collect as much junk as we can. We're trash collecting, so we can become even stronger, so we can ignore the enemies even more, you know? Let's see if we can get a little bit of heal. That was the Oculus equipment. We really don't want that. Even though we're not using our radar scanner to the fullest, we got 3 items there, nothing. Okay, so what do we got here? Gas, med kit. I guess we'll take the med kit. Not the best, but not the worst. Right now, the worst drop for us is war banners. They really don't help anymore. So if you're a terrible shot, like me, the engineer is the perfect class for you. What do we got here? We got the rejuvenation rack, legendary item on that chest. Oh no, that is Nukana's option. And what that does is it fires flaming skulls every time you are healed. And look at them go. So yeah, that's one of the absolute best items, legendary-wise, for the engineer, because the turrets are always healing themselves as soon as you get a fungus. And you just pooping out skills, homing flaming skulls everywhere. They have a limited range, and I believe their range also increases, their damage increases as you pick up more of that particular legendary item. So, right now, since we picked that legendary up, a leeching seed, which when you deal damage, you heal. It's small amounts, but it's still healing. So it triggers the legendary. Would be very, very nice. That is a green item in Uncommon. So. You can see the enemies are getting quite tough, so it's a little harder to just take them out. Getting quite a few on-kill effect items, which the later the stages go, the less helpful those are. You want more and more proc items to scale your damage and more defensive items. So you have to focus less on running and staying alive and more on being able to output some damage. Because most of the characters you actually have to aim at least a little bit with. The engineer being the exception to his turrets. You can let the turrets do all the work. I really don't like to, but they do tons of work. I like to get in there and mix it up myself. So things like the goat hoof, which increases your movement speed, allows you to attack and still move at a decent rate. Another hypo feather. Now it's kind of debatable on the engineer how many jumps you really want. Some are for mobility. I'd say 2 or 3 jumps is plenty in most cases, but classes like, at least the way I like to play the Huntress, multiple jumps means you're airborne, and most of the attacks are ground-based. I mean, there's a lot of projectile attacks, but I'm not going to hit that shrine order. Our projectile attacks, but lots and lots of them are ground-based, so being in the air is actually a huge, huge benefit. And this is a tough call, more attack speed or more healing. This is a really tough call. I think we'll go with more healing. Just build defense at this time. Drop another turret here. And we got another fungus, so maybe we should have taken that attack speed. It's always a tough call. You never know what you're going to get out of the random boxes. So we got random, and bullets. We're going to take the armor-piercing bullets for boss damage. We're going to hit our radar. We got 2 crates. We're going to check these 2 crates, and then we're going to get the blue guy out of here. That's not a crate. That's an equipment we left on. We got another stun grenade. And we can't put our turrets... yeah, there we go. The other thing about the fungus, multiple stacks, is it increases the radius. You can get it to the point where it's so big it's healing the flying, like, gunner bots, repair bots, and he just blap my turrets. Try and get him back down again. So you can see why building defensive, even for the engineer, is a great idea. Being able to sustain through boss damages and some of the lag that comes later on. And one of my turrets is down, one bolt down. See if we can drop them again. We can't. Looking for Bandolier pickup at this point so we can refresh our cooldowns. So this is where carrying the radar consumable isn't really all that helpful. There we go. There's a couple pickups. Get our turrets down. Did we not get them? We got one turret down. Look at all them flaming skulls. It's raining Bandolier pickups now. Now the shield blocks damage, incoming damage, except for, I think it's mortar effects and level effects. So sometimes there's, one of the levels, I don't remember which, there's stones that rain down on your head. Okay, so this is a lunar portal. If you're going for the 20 stages at once, you want to go in these and clear these every time. Also, it always spawns on this ice level. So if you're looking to end your run, you can go in there and obliterate yourself from existence. You have to do that one time to unlock the mercenary. You go just jump down a series of platforms to an obelisk. You walk up to the obelisk, and to the right, as you're facing the obelisk, is the teleporter to leave. If you do not want to obliterate yourself, or you interact with the obelisk and obliterate yourself if you're looking to just end your run. Looks like we get a magma worm turning everything super red. This imp is beating on our turrets. We're at half health now, so we're going to jump around a little bit. We got our healing bots, a few of them still alive. There's Mr. Magma Worm, so maybe it's time to boogie. I mean, that looks like a Stone Titan beam. Hugging line of sight. Trying to avoid that. Get some rockets going, pick some of this stuff up. Turrets are on cooldown and they're both dead. And no guts, no glory. We'll do Challenge of the Mountain on the teleporter. There's another. There's our leeching seed. So hopefully our flaming skulls from the legendary we picked up earlier will help clear a little bit. Magworm still just all over us. See, this is when it gets sort of interesting and sort of a little too much. I mean, somewhere between here and where we started. For a more comfortable play experience, because you're going to get to the point where you're going to run into lots of dropped frames, lower FPS, just due to all the effects that are all over the place. Some more crit glasses, that'll help a little bit. We got multiple worms and a Lemurian. Got no turrets. Can't seem to bandolier proc anything. Lagging all over the place right now. Well, not lagging, but just lowering our FPS like mad. So we're gonna get some distance here. Drop turret. We got 2 challenges for extra money, which we may do if we can clear up some of this madness, or at least get both of our turrets down. Getting bombed. Burned. Coming back for some of these boxes. Medkit. Medkit won't hurt. Sticky bombs. Sticky bombs are probably the most overpowered item if you can get quite a few of them. Got that worm coming back for us. Picked up another fungus, so we have bigger healing radius on our turrets. Hopefully they'll be able to clear some of this madness out. Maybe that war banner will actually help. And then look at the radius on this war banner. It's pretty crazy. I've seen bigger. That's what she said. No. Alright. So it looks like we got those worms down, get that Lemurian down, and this blazing skull here. Another fat Lemurian, yep. Mr. Stone Titan. And no thanks. We'll come back for you. Check up top. There's usually something up here. Not this time though. So, looks like I hate these little mortar guys. Looks like we can pop our radar here and see what we got. It's like 4 drops over here, or somethings. I'll drop our turrets on the Stone Titan. Yeah, why not? Oh my lord, look at all that. That's a mercenary's nightmare if I've ever seen one. Alright, so we got some more armor-piercing bullets for some more boss damage. Always welcome, especially as the stages progress. They just start spamming more and more bosses at you. Got box and yeah, gun drone for more fireworks procs. Another shield generator for more EHP. Oh, and there's the one shot. Punished. How dare I stand still and attack stuff. So, all in all, it's a very fun and interesting game, but the pacing on it really needs some work. A little bit more base speed on the characters to start with would feel a lot better. Just my take. Well, if you watch this, and all of this, thanks for watching.